That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another amazing match here at the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. Tonight, we have an amazing matchup going off in the Shimada Clan division. We've got first seed Monarch versus fourth seed N3k0 going into their semifinals playoff match. I am your play-by-play for the evening, Captain Jet, joined by Cybercat on the color tonight. How you doing tonight, Cybercat?
Not too bad. Again, like you just said, we got a great match here tonight. Monarch on the top seed and N3k0 just right below them. Both these teams want to finish the season off on a very positive note here. Monarch just basically just one of the best teams coming around in the Shimada clan. They want to finish strong. They want to finish saying they are the best team in the Shimada clan. And N3k0 says we may be not there just yet, but they can prove themselves strong tonight, and they certainly have a chance to do that.
Oh, well, and the interesting part is that it really does come down to this match. Funny enough, earlier this week, we ended up seeing the match off between Salt and Ayaya, who are second and third place for the Blackwatch division, and Ayaya, being the lower seed, ended up winning and is moving on to the finals. So N3k0, this is their last chance to kind of show what hides in the darkness under those amazing powers that be that they could have been working on for tonight's match. But let's go ahead and see what our teams are packing coming out of the regular season. Monarch, as I said, being in first position at the end of the regular season with a 5-1 win-loss ratio and a plus 17 map differential. N3k0, though, coming in fourth place with a 2-4 win-loss ratio, -9 map differential. So N3k0 is going to have to make up a lot of room for tonight's matchup. Cybercat, why don't you go ahead and introduce our team?
All right, so going to start off with the Monarch here, we got in the order lineup, I got Brave Harry, KBC, Sora, Macetic, I think that's how you say it, Whiskers, and Sheepy. Again, Monarch, a very strong team here. They look like they got the perfect lineup for that here. That will prove tonight. Over on the N3k0 side, we got Lynx Disease, Space Mew, 20 style, Okimi, I would say, Pachu, and Nat. N3k0 again, just basically just having that smaller stats coming in from their side, but you know what? They can still prove themselves that stats mean nothing. Then they are still a good team, a great team. They can do that certainly tonight, but again, they're going to have to take a lot to make up in order for them to do that. And you know what? Maybe they can. Maybe they'll bring in their bag of tricks tonight. Maybe they have a few things that they haven't showed us just yet, or maybe they've working on something. Any team could do that, but maybe tonight we'll see if N3k0 does anything.
I'm definitely really interested to see it. Our first match of the evening is going to be on Control Point Nepal. So if you are loving the action that you're getting ready to see tonight, go ahead and hit that heart and punch that bell so you get notified every time we're online. You could also hit that sub button, $4.99, or a Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription will give you access to amazing emotes as well as support our awesome community. So if our teams are ready and raring to go, let's go ahead and get this party started on Nepal. Now, Nepal is an interesting map setup because it has three very, very different types of maps. You have Sanctum, which is very literally a very easy boot point. You'll see typically a lot of Orisa play, a lot of Hog play, Pharah or Lucio. Anybody that can boop usually is playing on this map. Whereas you go to Village, you have a very kind of close quarters matchup. You're going to see typically more of those brawly style compositions, like your Ryan Zarias with the Briggs, the Maze, the Reapers, like anybody that can really get in there and do a whole lot of damage because it's a very small enclosed space. Sometimes you see some successful Pharahs able to get shots in there, but you leave yourself incredibly vulnerable. And then our final match is Shrine, or our final map that we might see tonight is Shrine, which I love to call as one of Hammond's spin to win maps, because it's just a big pole in the middle and a lot of space to work outside of the area. So you'll see a lot of your sniper compositions come into this map, while you'll see those basic Ryan Zarya or those Hog Risa structures that are fighting on the objective to either take or maintain control. Looking in the chat, it looks like there is love for both sides tonight, both for Monarch coming in from Kazime and Ox Eros going for N3k0. So I am really interested to see where this is going to end up turning out. What's coming in for our teams there, Cybercat?
You know, right now we're deciding for both teams. 15 seconds coming in, but it looks like they're getting their picks in. We're seeing basically like a standard Orisa Diva composition coming in for N3k0's side, along with a what do you call it, Junkrat Mei with the Baptiste on the other side. They're going to be running something quite different. They got the Hanzo Genji here with a different type of standard tank composition with the Orisa, but Hammond here. We just got the standard Lucio Mora here. We'll see if which composition will be the strongest to go against each other.
All right, definitely. Oh
my
God! Oh, what? The side from Bravery, starting things off strong with that Orisa pull. Ends up getting that triple. KBC following up on Link's Disease in the backline, and that's going to be Objective Charlie already captured with the percentage climbing for the side of Monarch. Goodness gracious.
Start that off. That is so beautiful. I mean, look at his ult charge now. He's at 70% in count. He's going to have a better advantage for his team to power up just for their ultimate usage coming in. So that's a very beautiful pull coming from Brave Henry. Not only now Essus gives him a higher advantage for this fight, and of course his use of ultimate, them not knowing how much they have left.
Oh man, that's going to be huge, but Link's Disease getting the first pick onto Sora is going to make it a little difficult for them to continue this defense. The Hulk comes in looking to get a pick, but Whiskers is able to wraith out of that to some safety and some healing right there. We're going to see N3k0 dropping down into the back area right here, looking to see if they can get some picks. But we also got KBC on that Hammond, looking to see if they can get some picks from that room as well. Pichu and Okami getting kills on the objective right now, have cleared the objective of everyone and anything that is Monarch right now, and they're going to go ahead and take the objective and start their percentage climb.
If you notice, KBC was trying to knock him out, was hoping to try to distract the team to boost him off, but it looked like it didn't do any effect. The fact that Pichu on that Mei was able to slow it down just quite a bit in order to stop, to not only slow down Hammond, but was able to get the picks off of that. So, but now we actually KBC again. But this time he doesn't get the pull.
Oh, the slam comes in, but so does the Dragons. But it's not going to be enough with all the Dragon Blade coming in from Sora as well, takes down the Immortality Field, gets the triple as KBC following up on Okami. The D-Mech ends up coming in onto Nat, and Whiskers is going to end up getting that final pick with 38% for the side of Neko. We'll see Monarch regain control and start that percentage climb once again. I do want to give a shout out in the chat to Max00 for that 4-month tier 1 subscription, shouting Neko for the win.
Yeah, that was a good blade coming in from Sora there. The fact that Neko didn't have any defensive ultimates against him, so that made it very hard for Neko to try to do any defense here. Now we'll see if they any defense coming in from the minefield, and ABC gets a couple picks right there.
Does end up getting Tawny, despite the fact that the Immortality Field was up right there. The cleanup will come from the rest of Monarch as their percentage continues to climb. KBC gonna end up getting that last pick, but they're still chasing them down, looking to see if they can take down Pichu. Bravery will end up getting that final pick right there as they go ahead and try to regroup on the objective. Here comes the tire coming out now from Space Mew. Does get taken down by Bravery, but that tire still running. Now the Diva Bomb on the objective gets the double kill. Space Mew with that long tire at the very last second. Amplification Matrix now coming out to support a little bit there at the end of that coalescence. At the 99% mark, we will see it swap back over to Neko, 45% and climbing.
Monarch made a good move on, somewhat of a good move, putting in the defensive pressure against Neko on that final push. But unfortunately, they got distracted on the Nat, who was able to get in on that last percentage to actually help Neko get that last, just get that last push and actually make it successful. Now they, Monarch's got a lot to make up here.
Lizard's coming down from Pichu, ends up taking Bravery out of the fight. Sora sitting on the high ground. I don't think they even noticed that Sora was still up there to take them out as well. Link's Disease will follow up onto KBC in that room, looking to try to get those boops once again. But they're going to continue that percentage climb, 80% and up.
Yeah, right now they've got 80% and counting right now. Monarch's got one chance here, and they have the ultimates to do it. They have 3 ultimates here. They've got a defensive ultimate, they've got Genji, they've got the Blades, Dragon ultimates from both teams. We'll see we see the Dragon Blade coming in, we'll see how he'll get here.
The Blade comes in as well as the Dragon Strike, but the Immortality Field trying to keep everything up. Bravery takes it down, so Mosaic gets the double. Sora following up after the Dragon Blade gets a double as well. That is a team kill as they swap over 99 to 99. Monarch will take this objective here on Sanctum and start their streak this evening.
Yep, right there. Again, they had the ultimates to do it. They were able to hold off pretty well. Again, this was one of the reasons why Monarch is one of the top-seeded teams in the Dramatic Clan. They're able to know the team fights. They understand their uses for the ultimates, or at least basically make their ultimates count to the best of their abilities. And again, just right now, this gives them proof. One thing I kind of like seeing is that the fact that when Sora goes in the blades, was able to get the right targets, or at least just waking up the targets. I mean, that last Dragon Blade coming from Sora was able to weaken up the team, but just, I mean, because they knew for sure that Neko had the Baptiste's lamp going up, and all he had to do was just weaken up the team, get rid of the lamp, and then Mosaic, I would say, was able to come in with that Dragon Strike. Now, let's see a change here. We're going to see a double shields and Reaper May coming in from Monarch here. And then we're going to see the Ryan Zari matchup coming in for Neko, but they're still going to keep the Space Mew on Junkrat and the Chew on that May. And actually, it's Battle of the May. Sora actually gets his first pick.
Already, Sora getting that pick on Pichu very early in the fight as they try to move their way into the objective. The Maywall ends up separating out Okami from the rest of the team. Bravery is going to end up getting that pick as a 4v6 fight right now, but it looks like Control very early is going to end up going to Monarch right there as the rest of Neko retreats. Whiskers will get that final pick onto Space Mew, and they're just continuing to push in there. Whiskers able to take down Tawny style as well right there, and that is going to be a huge stagger for the side of Neko as the fight continuing on, moving as far into their spawn as possible right now, is just making it incredibly dangerous for Neko to even get out and do anything. 25% and climbing for the side of Monarch.
Putting the pressure right there is always a good thing that what Monarch is doing right there. I mean, not allowing 8 of them to reset. They're allowing them to...
Shatter comes from behind as Mosaic able to get the double on Pichu and Space View. Here comes the Nano onto Bravery, as well as the Coalescence coming out from Whiskers, and that's going to allow them to pretty much clean up the rest of the team. Nat and Tawny Style next to fall in line as we see Link's Disease able to just, could not escape Whiskers' deadly Moira Ball enough. Ended up getting taken out and staggered right there. 55% and climbing for the side of Monarch.
That's the one thing you don't want. Every team doesn't want to see. They don't want to see the one player just as it gets back trying to reset, and next thing you know it gets picked off. They have to wait a little bit more longer, but they can only do so much. They have a little time. Nexus got a little time to do that. They were going for that high ground, but the Maywall separated him out. Okami able to get that pick onto KBC to start things off, though. Here comes the Tire now, out from Space View, looking to get that pick, and will be successful. Takedown in Bravery and the Bongos. They're going to move their way into the objective, as Sora able to get that pick onto Pichu, who's swapped over to the Pharah. Not going to be incredibly powerful, though, when it comes to working inside the objective, but hopefully we'll be able to work out in some way. Sora does end up getting that pick onto Nat, but we are going to have a pause now as we just had an unfortunate DC. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the DC was the cause of the loss of the point for Monarch here, but you know what? As of right now, they are in a really good spot. They are able to. They're still got 88%. They still got enough team fights. I know they don't have ultimates ready to go against Nekos. As they looking at it, they have over 2 ultimates ready to go, and so it's just going to be a matter of if if Monarch is able to counter against that or what they're going to do. But right now, they're in a good position, so they can find the way to, as Mosaic gets back in the game, figure out what's going to be next and go from there. But as of right now,
it's going to be Okami getting Sora there on the sidelines, not working with the rest of the team, ended up getting separated out really early after that fight. So now they're just going to have to kind of wait that off, and now Neko getting aggressive here at the choke, really trying to see if they can do some additional damage with now Tawny Style and Pichu on that Pharah Mercy. They're able to do damage that they really couldn't before. Shatter coming in from KBC, but gets nothing but shield right there. Now Coalescence coming out from Link's Disease as well as Whiskers, looking to see if they can get some picks back and forth, but KBC will end up falling to Nat. Here comes the barrage coming down from Pichu, gets the double as Okami gets the tackle on Mosaic. That is going to be a continued percentage climb for the side of Neko, 45% and going.
I think that barrage was okay and not okay in my opinion, but right there, I mean, it was enough for them to have them to reset here. Now you notice that Monarch is now starting to they're gonna have to they're switching up to their competition so they can counter this Pharaoh here. The one thing they have to do is making sure that they get rid of this Mercy. If the Mercy's on the Pharaoh, that's gonna be very important for them to get rid of. But right now with double shield, as long as the double shield's still established, Monarch, they can protect the McCree.
Both barriers are down right now as they move their way in, but the Shatter only gets one, and they're not able to clean up on it. KBC getting the tackle on the Link's Disease. Pichu takes down Whiskers, so with both Moiras out of the fight, it's going to be a hard-fought win right here as they match up the percentage. They're trying to move their way in. Diva Bomb right off the objective, looking to see if they can get that pick, but will be unsuccessful as the Nano now coming in onto Bravery. We will see the swap over for Monarch as they grab the objective and continue their percentage climb. The Bongos now coming out, but it gets quickly taken down by Space Mew and Nat as they try to reclaim the objective right now. Nat's trying to fight off KBC right now as we see the dueling coalescences on the objective. They're trying to keep everyone up and do damage all at the same time right now as they continue to fight their way in. The anti-nade going in onto Okami and Nat as they swap over to the Hammond. Shatter coming in without a shield to protect. It's going to get the D-Mac onto Nat as they charge that in, but Okami taking out Whiskers in the backline as Space View follows up on KBC. They're going to go ahead and take the objective, but the fight is far from over as they go ahead and move their way outside, looking to see if they can get that pick onto Bravery that's kind of separated out from the rest of the team. Whiskers and KBC going to swap over to that Diva and Lucio as they push their way in and not touch the objective in time. Mosaic gets the pick onto Okami, but it's too late. 100 to 99% now for the side of Neko, tying it up here on Nepal.
I think there was a time at one point I would believe Monarch should have taken the chance to actually reset. To look at it, I mean, they actually had, if they actually had taken the time to maybe just do a quick reset for the side, they probably had a chance to maybe actually get the point going. I mean, I think they had maybe some of the ultimates that they that came in late. I think they might have had a chance to get that sooner, in my opinion here. But as of right now, I mean, we're going to a third map here. We're seeing a change of composition coming from Monarch here. We're going to see Ash come into play. Not a hero that you often see, but we're going to be seeing the Reaper coming in for Neko, getting off that Junkrat. We'll see if those changes are going to benefit for both teams. We're going to see if the Ash is going to help them, and of course if Reaper is going to come in and destroy the tanks.
All right, so we got the double sniper versus the new Goats variant with the Reaper and the Mei coming out right now. Gonna be interesting. Maywall Ore coming up from Pichu, separating out a majority of Monarch right there as they look to try to get those early picks. Fire Strike coming in from Okami as the barrier goes down now for Bravery, for Bravery now coming in on that Reinhardt. The objective will get captured by Neko, but Sora does get that first pick, make that 2 picks, both on Pichu and Lynx Disease. It's a 4v6 fight right now as they continue to try to feed control. Coalescence Ore coming out from Whiskers, ends up taking down Okami as Sora following up onto Space Mew, Nat and Tawny Style soon to follow after, and that will be an objective capture now for the side of Monarch, 5% and climbing.
If you notice, despite the picks that Monarch was able to take to have the advantage, it took a while to take that point, and I think it's one of two things. It's either they weren't paying attention to who was down, or if I was them, I bet they were thinking that they want to use it to get their ult charge. If you notice, Sora has his Dragon Strike ready to go. We got Braveheart with the Shatter, Sheepy with the defensive ultimate coming in time, and then KBC potentially get a D.Va bomb coming in. We'll see if that's but right now they've got the advantage point here. It's nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was not a good place for Neko to be, as they were literally set up to take that Dragon Strike. Shatter though coming in, but Bravery gets taken out by Space Mew before it's able to happen by being frozen by Pichu. Okami and Lynx Disease following up as the Coalescence comes in, as well as that Nano for Okami. They're gonna clear the objective and take it back with force from the side of Monarch. 20% in climbing to 48% for Monarch.
Those ultimates couldn't have actually won Monarch though. Unfortunately, Pichu just staying away. Just staying alive, freezing the Reinhardt. Freezing that Reinhardt after that shatter. That was a huge shatter coming from Monarch, and unfortunately, Pichu was able to say, nope, you stay right there. You're not charging in. Freezes the Reinhardt, gets the pick off. But beautiful defense coming from Neko after those two. Oh, we see a D.Va bomb.
The D.Va bomb comes up over the Maywall, looking to see if it can successfully grab Pichu, now throwing down the Blizzard as Sora and Tawny Style trading blows, taking down one of each. As Okami getting a shatter right in the middle of the Maywall right there, unfortunately. Doesn't get much of anything. We see the Graviton also coming out from Nat, looking to see if they can get that pick. Does get the D-Mech, though, onto KBC, so they're either going to have to go for that hard reset, or they're going to have to earn back up that mech so that they can get back in the fight.
Honestly, I think they just have the hard reset, honestly, to look at it. Despite whether KBC's in the mech or not, you just got to get that reset. You need everyone together. You might as well switch up the competition. Looks like what they're doing. They're going for the Ryan Zarya competition. They've got a Dragon Strike coming in from Sora, and the Chibi still has a defensive ultimate to go against maybe that against Reaper ultimate, or maybe that Nano Reinhardt. We'll see what happens. I see the wall be built up. Now here comes the push. We'll see if Sheepy will be I want to see if Sheepy is able to use the defensive right to get Monarch back in the spot.
All right, it looks like that Maywall did separate out the team just a little bit. Coalescence now coming in for Lynx Disease, looking to see if they can hold on. We're going to see Napkers come out in retaliation, but gets stunned. There in the end, Blossom from Space Mew getting the triple kill, quadruple kill on the objective as Nat and Okami ring the team kill bell loud and proud. Neko in a surprising turn of events based on what we saw in the regular season takes first map this evening here on Nepal.
It looked like Neko was having a hard time going between the offense and defense, but now it looks like they're just showing it up right here. Like there was really good defensive pushes coming from Neko as they were getting ready to take the pain coming from Monarch, but they were able to hold it quite well. So, right there, if they were able to hold that defense very strong, that gives them basically the advantage to actually keep the game going. So, and just for that play of the game, that basically was that was beautiful. I'm more distracted on that than what was going on. But as of right now, as you notice, Neko is up 1 game against Monarch. We'll see if Neko can keep this train going. Can they actually defeat a top-seeded team in their division?
I completely agree with you there. It will be interesting to see, and I was actually kind of surprised looking at Bravery's pull right there. It just had to come down to timing because the Maywall came up right after the Halt ended up shooting out, so they just kind of had to hope that they grabbed somebody with it and got incredibly lucky. Might have made Neko a little downtrodden because I know I sure as heck would have been at the beginning of a match as Orisa getting a triple kill on us to start things off, but they were able to bring it back, and it seems like we're seeing kind of this disparity between the two teams. Monarch very much not, or doesn't at least seem to be, that very brawly composition, using a lot of distance characters to try to see if they can do damage from afar, to keep from really having to engage the enemy, whereas Neko is all about brawling, getting up in your face, and getting personal. And I feel like that was one of the main reasons we ended up seeing them take control point. But we are going to be swapping things over to our assault map, which Monarch will be choosing. So it's going to be interesting to see what they end up picking. I feel with their distance kind of ability or strategy that they're using, they might go for something like Hanamura that has those long sight lines that you can use to kind of defend the objective before attackers are able to get there. Maybe something like Paris, even though I know everyone hates Paris, could be something that they could go for as well. So I'm really interested to see what map ends up getting chosen for this assault map. Looking in the chat right now, it looks like a lot of love going out for Neko. Really rooting for that underdog story this evening. It looks like let's see. I gotta read this paragraph right here. Okay, I don't know it. Okay, that's a weird conversation they're having right there. But it looks like Swimmy in there saying, Brave, you got to bring the raw anime power. Show them how it's done. Give them the level 9,000. Just absolutely incredible people in this chat, I tell you.
Absolutely.
All right. So, looking at this, Cybercat, what do you think we're going to end up seeing here tonight, going into Assault? Like, if you were working with Monarch right now, what map would you pick for Assault?
You know, I've seen Monarch compete a couple times, and I don't remember most of the maps they played on. As of right now, to me, if I had a chance of picking the map, it would basically, for the assault map, I would probably just go with, in my opinion, you know what? I really don't know. You know, I think Temple Anubis is not a bad pick.
Mm-hmm.
I think I forgot. Right now, I would just get a map that would, based off the with the compensation that the DPS players are doing. I mean, right now they've had Genji and the Hanzo doing very well at one point, getting the Dragon Blades, getting the Dragon Strike, stuff like that. I mean, if you can combo that around that, I would probably play a map around that, and I would believe Temple of Anubis is a great map.
Well, it looks like that's what they ended up choosing right there. So it does have that blend, which is really interesting. You have the long sight lines for the first objective. You kind of have that for the second, but it's a lot more difficult with all the pillars and stuff kind of getting in the way. You have to be really strategic about it, and it's more of a brawl on the objective than it is kind of fighting before the objective. So I'm really interested to see how Monarch will play this out in their kind of long-range defensive style that we've been seeing this evening. I feel like this is going to be a really good map for Neko. It's really going to come out to the picks that we end up seeing on either side. Are we going to see like that Junk versus Zarya in that side room that's going to really get Zarya charged up so that they can essentially just bowl over the defending team? So, what, Kazime? I've been told Jack, guess what, in the chat. So I want to know what. Tell me what.
Well, while we're waiting for that here, you know what?
Oh, we got swaps. Night Strike coming in for Pichu. Oh, wait. I thought Pichu was already in the match. I'm so confused.
I swapped him for Night.
But Pichu was in the last map. Yeah, swap Night Strike and Pichu. No worries, fam. All right, so we're going to have Night Strike coming in for Pichu. So Pichu was playing mainly Mei on the first map, so I could only assume, because I can't say I've ever seen Night Strike play, that they're adding kind of that distance person to their team for a map like Temple of Anubis. That's really the only strategy that I could think that a swap would be good for here. Although I do see that Pichu has left, so maybe it was just that they had to go because it was such a late game. So see you, Pichu. It was nice having you with us, and I love you too, Boo. To Kazime, y'all are awesome. And now Jag's getting in on it. I'm really. You all know that you're like a minute behind us, right? So it's really weird when I talk about it and you hear it like a minute later. Goodness gracious. All right. So it looks like we're also having swaps coming in for the side of Monarch as well. And they do have 3 kind of sitting in the stands for this match. We're going to have Psycon come in for Mosaic, and Psycon, as we all know, is Reddit Lucio extraordinaire. So Temple of Anubis is an interesting map for that because there isn't really like a lot of boops, but you can work on that positioning, I guess, to kind of boot people out of position to where they might be trying to go, especially on that high ground into objective number 2. So I'm really interested to see how these swaps. I saw Night also came in for Bravery. So,
You know, no, to think about it. I mean, Lucio, as much as you want to see the Reddit Lucio boops coming around, you know, to think about it, Lucio can be just more than just boops. It can help establish the healing process or basically the speeding fundamentals for the character himself. To think about it, there's only one way in Temple of Anubis, basically, or at least multiple ways, but there's only one entrance to those multiple ways. To think about it, Kusumi, thank you. Hi, what's up in the chat? Anyway, but think about it. To get the speed coming from Lucio, it's going to be very effective to get under there. You want to make sure if you're thinking like, okay, we want to go this way, we want to go that way. Lucio just speeding could just be very important to help the team, especially at one point. I'm not going to say if this is going to be really happening. I believe that just there was a move that happened from one of the teams that you can just juke the team going either left or right, and then you just go the other direction. So maybe you just use the advantage of Lucio.
Ooh, the fake.
So that is very possible. I have seen that. I've actually tried it. You know, it's very effective. You just got to get the team to believe that you're just got to get that good juke here. But we're going to see if that will happen here tonight. I don't know yet. We are going to be seeing double shield compass, double shields. With a McCree, Hanzo, and Senyana, which is a hero you don't see going in from Monarch, and then we see Neko for their attack. They're going to be going in with the Rein Zarya, with the Hanzo and Doomfist, and then the Lucio and Mora here. So we're going to see which compositions will work well. Honestly, again, like I said, maybe just the speed of using Lucio's speed can be more than just boops. It can just help establish the team fight to their advantage.
All right, let's go ahead and see if they can make that happen. We do need to get Chibi into Neko spec only there, Cybercat. If you could work on that while we're getting into the fight. Night gonna get that first pick onto Night Strike. So the Knight be stronger than the Strike, it seems, as that Doomfist now coming back into the battle from Spawn. The tackle comes in, but doesn't get much of anything, unfortunately, as they go ahead and pull out to wait for Night Strike to get back into the fight, having a difficult time getting past Night right there with the hold. But it looks like everybody is regrouped and ready to get back into the fight. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock, and it looks like they are going for that fake, but they were ready for it. Like, the Sonic Arrow was on them. They knew exactly where they were going. So the Coalescence now coming out from Link's Disease. They're not even going to the high ground. They're going to fight them on their high ground. Nat and Night Strike getting the first kills in there. Okami able to take down KBC. And that is going to be a clear of the objective right there. 2 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. That's going to give Neko objective alpha with another 3 minutes. That's going to give them 5 minutes, 30 seconds to move into objective Bravo.
Like I said earlier, you don't need those Reddit Lucio moves come in. Use it for its speed. Get it to the level that you need to be for the whatever team you're fighting on, whatever level you want to get to. Use his speed ability to get there, and that's what Twine Style did. Using Lucio not just for its boops. I know everyone loves to see Lucio boops, but here he's got to play as a team player for that Lucio. Let's see if he can do it here on the second point.
Ooh, the shatter comes in after the flashbang. as Sheepy, Psycon, and Whiskers all getting a pick of their own. It's a 3v6 fight as the rest of the cleanup coming in there from Night Knight. It looks like Night Strike will end up getting away, looking to see if they can get that pick, but will get stunned out and taken out by Sora there in the end. 4 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock as Neko prepares for another push.
Beautiful shadow come from KBC here. He's had a chance to get that shadow. Now we'll see if Okimi will do the same thing here. It's going to be what's always a challenge for these Reinhardt versus Reinhardt battles. Just outsmarting that Reinhardt, just getting the pressure in, and just like all of a sudden if they're not paying attention, using that shadow here. We'll see what goes on here, but we've seen a ult advantage coming in for Monarch here. We'll see how wise they're going to use it. They have 5 out of 6 ultimates and plenty to go here. So I like to see what they're going to go with for here.
Dragon Strike coming in right there, but seems incredibly questionable because there wasn't really like they were coming over that side, but it was really odd. Shatter now coming in after the Transcendence wears out, as well as the beat from Tawny Style. That's going to allow them to clear the objective right there, looking to get that first tick. Almost unsuccessful, but Okami taking down Sora will allow them to get that first tick. Now they're going to be fighting against Whiskers, who's going to be able to touch, but only long enough to meet up against Okami's hammer. And now we're going to see the point getting contested from a lot of speed characters. KBC getting taken down by Okami once again, as we see Psycon Reddit Lucioing on the objective, trying to save the day as much as possible. Nobody can get them. They're still contesting it, still keeping it going, but they're going to get taken down there in the end again by Okami's hammer. Link's Disease following up onto Sora coming in as the Tracer as they try to get that last one. Shatter coming in onto Night Knight as they go ahead and take them off the objective once again. 3 minutes and 6 seconds for the side of Neko as they swap to the defense for round 2.
I think, like you said earlier, that Dragon Strike coming in from Sheepy here was quite questionable, and I agree on that. I mean, I think the Dragon Strike could have been, like, if you would have landed that Dragon Strike for, like, a couple more seconds, I think that would have been a bit, probably the benefit you would get it from there. Right there, it was kind of like the position was correct, but honestly, they were not there. There were just nothing to get done with that Dragon Strike. So I think the miss of that Dragon Strike actually decided the team fight between the Mako and Monarch for point B here. Now we're gonna see if Monarch can come back from this here. I know that they're a strong team. They're basically putting in pressure. Apparently that last 2 pushes here, Neko's just outsmarting them. We'll see if Neko can keep this going here. I like to see if Neko can keep this up to take down a top seeded team. Usually it's very difficult. Right now Neko is on a roll with taking it with almost 3 minutes left out of all the time they have. That's not a bad one, honestly. That's not bad.
And that right now is added time to the clock, essentially, because with that extra 6 seconds, they essentially took second objective without losing any time, because you get that extra 3 minutes going into objective 2. So looking in the chat, Kazime is like, Okami, fire, everything on fire, and literally it seemed like that was mostly what was going on. Okami getting final blows over and over and over again with that big hammer, just knowing where everybody's coming in. Now we're going to see the battle of the Genjis coming in on this objective, with Sora and Night Strike both coming in on those Genji. Sheepy and Space Mew taking up the Reaper and Junk, with Space Mew already getting that first pick onto Psycon right there with the Junkrat trap. Okami will take down Sora, trying to get into their backline as well. It's a 3v6 fight right now as we go ahead and see them pull out and prepare for another push.
Yeah, no, losing the supports right there in that first push, that's basically you don't want to start off with. I mean, Monarch being smart when they know the picks that, when they notice the supports going down, they have to reset it, and that's what they're doing. They have plenty of time to take it over here. Now they're coming in ready here. We'll see if both of these Genjis are coming around. Looks like everything's been spread around, but teams separated. Teams just, I don't know what's going on here. Honestly, I'll see if this works out for both teams.
That seems so, as Night Strike able to get that dash kill onto Sheepy early. Whiskers does trade out for Space Mew, so it is a 5v5 on the objective. Tackle coming in onto Nat, but Okami and KBC trading blows for one another, taking down Link's Disease and Sora the Anti-Nade coming in for either side, but Okami takes down Whiskers first. as Night Knight follows up onto Nat after the DMAC. They're just continuing to trade blow for blow right here on the objective. It's 3v3 Shatter coming in from Okami. It is hot, it is spicy, and it is all dead as Space Mew, Night Strike, and Okami clean it up, clearing the objective once again. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock.
Okami there, right there, just using that shatter to stop that push. I mean, it looked they were trying to keep Monarch up on that push with 3 guys. They're like, you know what, we can still do it. They had a Reaper to help against Ryan. They had 2 other heroes going in. I forgot what they were. Still had a chance, but you know what, that shatter just said stop right there. You're not going to have another team fight. And it looks like Monarch is getting ready for the next. We could see a Dragon Blade coming in for Monarch. I want to see or both for both teams. I want to see which one is going to get the most powerful one out of the
It's going to be interesting. Here comes the Nano Blade coming in for Sora. Looking to see if they can clean it up as well as the Shatter. Now the Nano Blade coming out on the other side, but gets stuck in the Graviton from the side of Monarch. KBC shutting down Night Strike's Dragon Blade with that grab is going to allow them to grab Objective Alpha. They don't have the same amount of time as we saw for the side of Neko, but they will get that extra 3 minutes, 420. Smoke them if you got them as they move into objective number 2.
No, KBC using that grab on that Nano Genji is it's one of the best defenses you can have. Just know where that Genji is and just get rid of him. That's exactly what they did there. And right now, Monarch's taking advantage of the picks coming up here. They're taking out both supports. Now we'll see how Thor just getting the picks here.
Woo! Space Mew does end up getting that tire into the back line as they move their way onto the objective, trying to hold on as the rest of the team has died. First tick will end up going to Monarch as we see the tackle coming in on the Lynx Disease, ends up getting taken down by Night Knight. And now we're seeing Tawny Style trying to see if they can do just as good as we saw. Oh! That Shatter again from Okami as Sheepy coming out with the Blossom and Sora with the Blade ends up getting kills of their own. Coalescence right now coming out from Lynx Disease trying to hold everything together, but it's not going to be enough. With an extra 20 seconds on the clock, we will end up seeing Monarch take the lead as we swap into round team and swap the sides for the teams once again.
Right now, between the battle of the Genjis between Sora and Night Strike, right now Sora just getting the better benefit. I mean, the Dragon Blade's coming in time, making sure that, you know what, knowing the right time to use it. Sora just getting the picks off right there. Night Strike was, I mean, looked like was able to get something going. Unfortunately, on his chance on trying to get that Nano Blade and just get nuts on it. Just didn't happen with KBC's grab coming in. So I mean, very beautiful attack, a beautiful attack coming in from Monarch. They've got the time advantage on their side here. 30 seconds. Usually that you would hope for more, but you know what? Right there for them, they can go with that. Honestly, for me, I could deal with it. 30 seconds, just get a chance to be like what to do. Just basically, you can get another team fight in 30 seconds if you do it properly here. But we're gonna be seeing actually something very interesting here. As Monarch is getting ready for their defense, they're gonna be defense or okay, no, I thought I was to see a Pharah, but we're not gonna see that happen. He's got 10 seconds to get here. We're gonna be seeing that Ryan Zarya with the McCree darn it, Hanzo, and then we're gonna see the Lucio Ana here, and then we're gonna see a sniper coming from Night Strike. We'll see if that Widow is gonna help the team here get past the Ryan shield. But Space Meal on that Junkrat had very good grip tires, had very good picks here earlier today. We'll see if we can keep up the momentum.
All right, they're moving their way into the side room once again as we see Night Strike on that Widow trying to see if they can get a pick, but Sora really keeping them at bay. Okami already getting the first pick onto Night Knight as they move their way onto the high ground, clearing out everyone and anyone. Sora and Nat trading blows as Okami and Sheepy trade ones of their own. The anti-nade comes down but is not able to get that pick. The only one left on the near the objective is Sora right now, looking to see if they can probably touch and contest there at the very end for someone to be able to get there. Not going to be enough. Nat taking them out right there with 2 minutes 47 seconds right now, because remember, you get an extra 30 seconds every time you get a point. That's going to give them plenty of time to try to take objective number 2.
I just noticed that Sora earlier when Neko was getting the opportunity for them to get pushed in, Sora just basically left and go after that Widow, which I don't blame at one point. However, if the Widow wasn't doing any pressure, then the main pressure is coming from the main line. So right there, that maybe would cost Neko to get to get that point here. And now we're going to see if Monarch can hold that up for the next 2 minutes and a quarter.
And maybe that's the goal. Maybe it's a sleight of hand. Maybe Night Strike is just like decent on the Widow. So if they're dedicating one of their strongest DPS to try to take Widow out, and Widow's not getting fixed, then the rest of the team is just able to do all the damage that they've been doing. After that fight, though, we only saw one fall coming to Space Mew right there from Sora. So they are going to take the time to regroup. They got it. 1 minute, 45 seconds on the clock.
Again, usually when you can see any player play a Widow, but if that Widow's not getting any pressure or just nothing going at all, there's no need to look for it. Unless you don't see 2 headshots right there. Speaking
there we go.
now there's pressure here.
Oh, the Shatter comes in, does get 2. Dragon Strike just a little off its mark, but still does get Space Mew. Shatter coming in return, and Space Mew able to get the double kill after that Dragon Strike coming out. Now I realize why they were in it to begin with. Coalescence now coming out from Lynx Disease, trying to keep everybody up, and it looks like they have cleared the objective for the most part of everyone but Psycon, and now we're going to see Night swapping over to that Hammond, looking to see if they can get that damage, and KBC sticking on to use that Graviton, as we see just the wiggling right there from Okami's shield. Space Mew does get the double kill on the Night and KBC right there. It's High Noon coming out from Sora. They're trying to dedicate the shield to it, but it doesn't end up getting much to anything, as one by one the dominoes of Monarch continue to fall, but with the speed that people continue to come in at is being incredibly difficult to try to keep them off the objective to get that first tick, and there it is. 30 seconds left on the clock as KBC now trapped in another Junkrat trap will get taken down by Nat as they go ahead and make their way in. Whisker is able to get followed up on by Space Mew, and with 21 seconds remaining on the clock, note that was only 2 minutes 40 seconds for the side of Neko to be able to take that objective a second time. Now we're going to see if Monarch can do the exact same thing.
Night came in with a beautiful shatter on that point B. I mean, and Space Mew came in with that Riptire just at the right time. That, I mean, after just the shatter, basically kept Monarch's defense going. But once that Riptire came in from Space Mew, that basically gave Neko the advantage, the push, the push they needed. Those 2 picks just said, hey, you know what? That's what we needed to do to keep this point going. If it wasn't for that Riptire, honestly, I think Neko would still be fighting right now with 21 seconds addition away. But as of right now, they have 21 seconds on their side for defense here, if of course Monarch gets the both points here. But we're going to see if that is going to happen here. Neko still strong here. They're still able to keep things going. They're just able to keep the pressure going up. I mean, Monarch coming in right with their attacks. They're making fighting in on the right grounds they needed, but Neko just keeping up the pressure. Now we're going to see if this competition with the if Space Mew's Junkrat is going to actually help around, and we'll see if the Ryan Zarya competition and the Ryan Zarya, Gigi, Lucio, Ana, and the Reaper come in from Monarch. We'll see if that gets them more time on the on the clock, or will Neko be strong to keep things going?
Well, I think the most important swap that we need to look at here is Night Strike on May, looking to see that take that role as Pichu did before. With such a divey composition that we see coming in from Monarch, it's going to be important for them to do that, as we see the Maywells. Yep, just ended up blocking off Sora, so now going to have to take a little longer to get to that objective, as the rest of the team already fighting it out on the objective. The barrier goes down as Night Strike able to take down Night in return for that first pick in round 1 right there. They're already at a 5v6 disadvantage right now, as Psycon able to take down that Immortality Field, but not much of anything else. Space Mew did end up having Sora in that trap, but knowing that they had the reflect, wasn't able to get up to there fast enough. Sora does end up getting the dash kill onto Tawny style, though, as we see Night now following up on Space Mew, returning back to the fight. Coalescence now coming out from Lynx Disease, trying to see if they can hold everything together. The Maywall separating out Night to be taken down by Night Strike once again, and Sheepy has the nano. The tackle comes in, though, doesn't take them out. No! But Shatter ends up missing. It's not enough, and now we're going to see the blade coming in from Sora, looking to see if it can clean it up, gets the double. Whiskers following up on Okami, but that's not enough. Spaceview coming back into the fight just barely, but it waits just a couple extra seconds off of that clock. 1 minute, 50 seconds on the clock. That's going to give them 2 minutes, 20 seconds or thereabouts as we go into objective number 2 one more time.
They had to use both DPS players had to use their ultimates just to hold that fight in. So right there, I mean, as much as you want to not use as many DPS ultimates going in there, they had to do it just to keep that push going for just to take point A here. But as of right, well, not both DPS. I apologize. They actually no, they both of them. No, I'm sorry.
No, they used the nano and the blade.
It was the nano on the. That's what I meant here.
Yeah.
But right now, we see four ultimates coming from Monarch. They could use this to take the point B here. I like to see maybe just that shatter or grab something to actually here.
Yeah, there's that grab, but I feel like we're gonna see. That's exactly what I thought we'd see. The Blizzard comes down to return it. They do got the double kill on there. Spaceview able to take down Night Knight, but Sheepy returning the favor. Immortality Field goes down as Whiskers able to follow up on Tiny Style with that anti-nade, and now we're going to see Okami coming back in as that ball, just seeing if they can hold on to the objective. It's 1 minute, 15 seconds on the clock right now as Monarch does have a tick on the objective. Now we're going to see Nat getting back in the fight as that Zarya, but it's going to end up getting picked up there by a Sycon with the help of Spaceview on that, or sorry, with Sheepy on that Reaper. They're continuing to contest, continuing to let that time run out as long as they possibly can. The Sora ends up getting that double kill with the dashes. Now the Blade coming out once again, Nano Blade. 1 minute, 20 seconds, 26 seconds on the clock, as we now see Neko get that extra minute of time back on the clock for themselves. We're literally in the same place we were the last time around. Going into our third set of rounds, we're going to see Neko take the attack once again.
Yeah, I think that just that last push, there's just so many different ultimates that came around. Honestly, I mean, I don't know what to think of right there. Just noticing that Monarch was able to keep their attack strong. They were able to get the takes they needed to. They were watching whoever was coming on point to hold them off, just getting rid of them. I mean, that was just a ton of ultimates coming in random between both teams. You know what? I don't really think it really matters. Monarch still holding it strong. Neko still has a chance to hold here. They have 1 minute to attack here. If, in my opinion, I could see. I mean, if they want to play it smart, they can be. If they are smart enough to get this, they can get 2 attacks off this push here. So if they can play it right and fast, they can get enough attacks to hopefully try to get some percentage on the board here. Of course, that's only if Monarch is gonna either let them do that or will they stay strong enough to do that. They're still running. Look like the similar competition they've been running for a while. So we're on that Genji, just jumping around, throwing those Sharingans in here. We'll see if Neko will hold strong. They have a nice strike, just switching up the DPS on that McCree. We'll see if he's going to use that to defend against Zora, or just we'll see how. Let's see how many fights we'll get in this game here. And they look like they're getting ready to go in the left room.
Yep, Sora ends up coming in with that deflect, trying to get in that back line, but Space Mew keeping them at bay with those grenades. Link's Disease already dropping down to half as they move into that side room. Anti-nade comes out, and Sora and Night Knight able to get those picks very early in that fight. That's going to go ahead and clean up that side room of everyone except for Nat and Tawny Style. With only 20 seconds remaining, they have 1 fight to get back in the game.
Just like I said, you want 2 in the 1 minute you can get 2 fights here, and that's exactly what they're doing. But they have less than 50 seconds to get there. They have to get 20 style on that right of Lucio to get speed boost on that point here. Look like that's exactly what they're doing. They will touch the point and they will have a fight. Actually, I don't think so.
Nope, it's not going to be enough. That anti-nade was huge. Coming in from Whiskers, cleared the entire objective before they were even able to touch. The only one that is there holding on right now, Night Strike, but will get taken down by Sycon there in the end, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch. 0% here for the side of Neko as they return to the defense to give Monarch their chance.
Monarch right there was able to read, knowing that they're going to come through the middle push. That's basically one of the shortest ways on the Temple of Anubis to get to the first point. And Monarch was able to read that. They were able to just stop just basically stop the tank line right there. Night Knight on that Reinhardt, just basically trying to protect the team best he can. But unfortunately, Neko just not able to get just basically stopping the whole team. I'm looking at the I looked at the team wrong. I apologize. It was Monarch on defense here. I'm sorry. Netco just what is it? Omikin just trying to protect the team. Just never was able to do that. Now Monarch's got a minute and a half. Right here they can get 3 to 4 fights in my opinion right here. If Monarch's strong, but I would believe 3 fights is gonna be enough. The team's strong. They can prove that they can get this fight in less than that minute here. We'll see if Neko can hold up that pressure of holding for that long against this team.
Well, the thing that I found incredibly interesting from the side of Neko is that Nightstrike has literally been on like 4 or 5 different heroes this just one match that they've played, now coming in as the Reaper this time around. I'm interested to see how this is going to end up working out for them as they have positioned themselves behind the team. I don't know if that's going to be good positioning for them if they end up getting found out, and it looks like they won't. Oh man, that's a sneak. I was for certain that Sora was gonna see them ahead of time, but it wasn't soon enough. Working in that back line, they're doing damage. Space Mew able to take down Whiskers early in that fight, so with Ore being down a healer, it's gonna make it difficult for them to continue on this push. Night moving into that side room, looking to see if they can take KBC out of the action, but it looks like they're gonna have to retreat back to the safety of the team to get healed back up. They're going to go ahead and move their way on to the high ground, seeing if they can get in that back line once again with 40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, even though Nightstrike just switching the heroes, look like it's holding up here. It gets the pick off of Whiskers. I mean, like you said earlier, I thought he was going to get picked off as just sneaking behind. Usually people would be watching that here. But look like that was going on the pace here.
Well, I think it was more so the fact that they were having to rush in. They don't have a lot of time to work, and right now all the work is coming in for the side of Neko right here. We might be seeing our first draw of the playoffs, at least from what I know, coming down for our final match in the semifinals this evening. So we're going to see that final push coming in.
5 seconds left. Will Monarch hold it up here? They got plenty of. They got ultimates here. Will they use? Let's see what's going to use to get them here.
Ooh, Ant Matrix coming out, but the beat drop trying to save the day. Space Mew and Lynx Disease gets the double. Shatter coming in from Okami ends up allowing Nightstrike to take down KBC. Now the tire out from Space Mew as well as Nightstrike with the Blossom. That tire is going to go straight to spawn as Team Killed rings loud and proud. We got a draw, folks, which means we have lost the ability to even have a map 5, and that makes me a little sad.
I think what happens here is because we can't decide maps on draw, so we have to go to another map. That's going to be another. I believe this is what I believe it is. It's another control map that will decide that map. Because we can't go on maps. We can't go maps on draws. Honestly. That's basic. I think that's what the rules state.
Really?
Around. I believe so. That's last time I remember playing Tide. We had a map like on OCC. We had a draw, and then we later near the end we were like, oh, it turns out that we have to decide that map. But I don't know. We're gonna check that for you guys. But I think right now it's a draw, and I would probably believe, you know what, until we can figure this out, we can probably just go straight to halftime and we can discuss this later on, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do here. So, folks, go ahead and get yourself some snacks, use the restroom, do whatever you need to do. We're going to go ahead and get that information for y'all to make sure that we know the direction that we're going with the maps tonight. But as of right now, Neko taking the lead in the first half here. So continue to cheer out loud and proud for who y'all are going to see take this match this evening, and we will be back with more Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrim action in about 5 minutes.
out.
Woo, sheepy.
And that's 2 from the McCrizzle. That leaves just Zarya and Poison alive on point, and that's gonna be a shadow bringing.
Oh my god, what a sleep! What a sleep!
That was a massive sleep start, brings Jack to the ground.
And Trippy Ninja
Looking for it, he's gonna find something, but he's gonna be immediately shielded. Massive play from Overkill there. Sniper Light's gonna find that beat, or lamp, however, and the huge bomb is gonna find 4! Oh my god, Sniper Light! Huge play.
It's fair. I have to admit it here on stream. I actually am wrong. The wiki says that it's an Omnic Director.
Boom! Told you in your face. What's up? Anyway.
Still has that shatter. Dragon Strike coming in from KBC gets the quad as Obi-Wan getting a double. Bloody Chan following up on Ikkyo as the shatter comes in. Obi-Wan still having that Meteor Strike available as they take out KBC, looking to follow up onto Bravery, who was swapped over to the Ham, and Saigon now coming in as that Lucio trying to hold on, trying to get that beat.
They have 10 seconds to touch that payload.
Oh no, and Twitchy's gotta be careful. You don't want to just get in there. Oh, that's gonna be the end of Twitchy there. Oh, great job. Find Shibiki keeping the rest of the team alive. So here we go. It's gonna be the final battle, and Zenkai has got to do something to make this work. Sway drops that ultimate, but the ultimates come out in favor of the Horn Beast. That's gonna be the Horn Beast.
Beat drop coming in from Sassafras and the Diva Bomb coming down from Dancing Career. Oh my god! What? Where? What?
Oh my god, the Honeycomb picks up Berkey and Neptune picks up Sassafras. It looks like this actually might be all over here for Eclipse.
On to something. Prim, they've got to be careful with Prim, who's coming up behind on the enemy team. There goes 6C. Oh, is that going to... That's going to be a huge one, boys. That's going to be what finishes this particular game. Miss picking up yet another one. Stopping it. And that's Yaya taking this one home. Oh, and that's a big feels bad. McDean, though, able to stay alive. Oh, but it could be dangerous territory. That's a 1-1 pick here on both sides. But McDean's got to be careful not to get taken out. Dank Monkey still on that Lucio, able to keep him alive. Oh, and that dive composition might not be coming in the best. Dank Monkey.
Widowmaker will find Mosaic here. High charge Zarya, getting tons of work in at the moment. And Widow just has to back up right now, but she's just going to fall to KBC, the absolute terror! Russian Fury pushing forward.
Who's here for Bagel Guy, who's out, hungry, but dead. Oh, and that is a wasted ultimate if I've ever seen one. Oh my god, and there we go. What is this nonsense?
Nah, John Hawks is on my side. Big bully.
Say that real slow.
Big bully.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Overwatch Cavalry Club scrims as we fight in the semifinals for the Shimada clan this evening between N3k0 and Monarch. N3k0 taking that first map by really fair margins, to be honest. Monarch and N3k0 showing to be incredibly well fought between the two of them, despite being first seed and fourth seed coming out of the regular season. They're showing that they are very incredibly evenly matched. Going into map number 2 on Temple of Anubis, they ended up ending in a draw, which we did find out the rules state that we will go to control point map 5.
Actually, I'm gonna correct you on that. First off, sorry about that.
Okay.
We're gonna actually keep things. We're gonna keep this going. Right now, usually it's still going to best of 3, because right now, basically N3k0 is still in the position to actually go 3-0, of course, on the map on 4 maps. So right now we're gonna keep things going. I'm gonna keep you guys updated if anything changes here. So right now we're gonna keep things going. We're gonna go to map 3. We're gonna go to control point. We're gonna go to hybrid, and that's gonna be. Could you guess the map?
I'm going to say that it's probably Scrims Row because
It's gonna be Scrims Row.
Always Scrims Row because God, there are other hybrid maps, folks. There are other hybrid maps. Give them some love. All right, that's all I'm saying here. Just give them some love, folks, because this is ridiculous. Oh goodness, but I don't get to choose the map tonight, so it goes to Kings Row regardless. I'd send them to frickin' Blizzard World just as the punishment. But
well, again, everyone has a favorite type of map. Kings Row has it's one of those maps where anything comes around. Think about it. I think it's everyone's favorite map. Think about it. You can start off that you have a perfect high ground for if anyone wanted to play Widowmaker. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Nice strike. Anyway, Widowmaker.
Well, I mean, based on that play in Temple of Anubis, I wouldn't be putting Night Strike on that Widow, to be completely honest. Unless they were doing damage that I wasn't seeing, there was only one pick that entire push on Widow. So
absolutely.
That's all I gotta say there.
To think about it, I don't blame someone switching too many heroes. You know what? It kind of says a couple things. One, it says that he's got a large hero pool. He can play multiple heroes. He can do more than just play a hit scan. He can probably play projectile. He can play, or maybe that flanking hero, stuff like that here. However, he's got to be very careful on doing that. We can only do it for so long before it's not actually, before you realize it's not working. And so right now, Night Strike has a chance to actually prove that he can have not only have a good hero pool, but to actually keep the damage going. But he's got to do it with the team competition. He's got to do it on the right map. Because if you play the wrong hero, you're just gonna basically, you could mix things up here, and so you don't want to do that. You got to get that team momentum. Right now, N3k0 is up. N3k0 is up 1-0. They have a chance to. All they have to do is win this next map. Honestly, because I think we're going. Because I just got confirmation. We're going to map 4. So basically, if N3k0 wins this next one, we're still probably going to go for the next map, I believe. But
well, yeah, because
right
that'd
now,
only be 2-0.
Absolutely. But so right now, N3k0 has a chance to do that, and Night Strike needs to work with the team for Night Strike needs to needs to play the right hero for his team to actually get the advantage. Because if he doesn't, then it's just going to make things difficult.
It is definitely going to be interesting to see how this ends up getting played out. I'm really surprised that these two teams are so close in the way that they're playing and their ability to really kind of toe the line as to who is going to end up winning. We actually saw this earlier in the week between Sultan and Yaya. Like, they were just so close to one another, but now we're seeing teams that are technically should be on opposite ends of the spectrum based on how they played during the regular season, and they're still just showing to be incredibly powerful. So I'm really interested to see how this will end up coming out. Monarch again will be going on the defense to start things off, so I feel like once again we're going to see that distance fighting. We will have Bravery coming back in for Night on that main tank role, with Psyker now coming in place of Mosaic, coming in for Whiskers for those heals, I believe. So it should be interesting because when you swap people out on a team, it means that you're looking to play a different style typically. So I'm intrigued to see what approach Monarch is going for, because lately it's been a lot of that distance killing and then just kind of collapsing on the objective, using particularly Sora with the Dragon Blade or the Nano Blade. So if they're going to swap out Psyker now, maybe they're looking to get more into that brawly composition that we've seen Neko using all night.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now Neko just brawling it up in there, and that's actually that's keeping them going in here. I mean, Space Mule, that Junkrat, the Reaper, and all kind of like stuff. Omiki on keeping that Ryan. Just playing that right Reinhardt here. Nice Strike again. Question his hero pool. You know what? I like to see Nice Strike play as many heroes as he can in one night. However, he's got to play the right hero. Coming into this map here. Neko again up 1-0. If the brawler competition for the Neko is still strong and keep it going, that gives them the chance to keep themselves up in the lead and hopefully maybe taking the win here against the top seeded team. But as of right now, the swap's coming from Monarch. You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's actually bad swaps. I think they're actually okay right now. I think they're just trying to figure out how to go against Neko. You have to think about it sometime. You can know, okay, you might see some hero switch on one side, but you kind of know what how they're coming in around. And just finding a way to counter against that's your best advantage to have to actually win the fight. Just knowing what they're doing and just going against it, or just basically taking their strategy and put it in their face here. But right now we'll see if that's gonna happen. We see the Ryan Diva. We actually is gonna see Ryan Diva coming in for Monarch. The Lucio Baptiste here, and of course we get the Mei and the Widow. We'll see if that Widow doesn't get any picture. I like to see him take down Night Strike. If this first pick is Night Strike gets headshotted by Psyker, I'm out of here. I would say that, but you know what? I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, it wasn't on that high ground to get picked so early right there. The Mei wall does end up separating out the team, though, as we see Okemi getting taken down by Bravery very early in that fight due to that Mei wall. We're seeing right now Space Mew trying to get out of there. Does get frozen, but there's no follow-up on that Reaper play right there. Mei wall coming back up once again, separating out both Link's Disease and Space Mew right there as they go completely different directions. Sora will end up taking down Space Mew there in the end. With 40 seconds off the clock, they got plenty of time to continue to make their way into Objective Alpha.
If you notice that Neko, despite they were down one person, they committed that fight. Half the team committed that. That's actually something you don't want to do. If you know you're down one hero, you have one, the spawn advantage. Second, knowing that the resets are very, very important. And they didn't take that, and now they're risking it with 3 minutes left here. And Night Strike actually, it deflect on that. Oh, okay, so I called it and the opposite.
But that Shatter coming down does end up getting 3. Sheepy and Psycon with the cleanup of that. But Okami coming in with that Fire Strike ends up bringing it right back. Oh! And the tackle coming in onto Psycon. KBC, the only one left on the objective right now, as we now see Sheepy coming back in on that Baptiste, trying to hold on to the objective as long as possible. But Night Strike just pushing them all the way back to spawn right now. As we see first tick on the objective, the DMAC now coming in for Nat as Psyker getting that pick onto Night Strike. The Amplification Matrix and Shatter coming down in return of one another as Bravery able to take down Okami. Nat does take down Psyker. And I think that is going to be, unless they can take it out! The damage does end up coming through, but the beat drops does end up getting them. Here comes the Blade into the backline, takes down Sheepy as KBC using the bomb on point in the Blizzard to follow up onto Space Mew. With KBC, with Night Strike not being able to follow up on that fat Shatter coming in right there from Bravery, but Tiny Style able to get that pick before the follow-up damage comes in. KBC still the only one left fighting on the objective once again. It's like that Diva is just meant to be the last person there. With 2 minutes on the clock, they're going to go ahead and grab Objective Alpha and start making their way to objective number 2.
Monarch was still trying to find a way to keep their defense going. It looked like they were going to take it back, but Neko just holding it strong. I mean, they kept putting themselves in a position that, like, you know what, they look like they were going to lose it or there's something's going to happen. But in the end, just Neko just holding it here. I mean, right now, just Neko's just having that momentum, just taking the first map. that's basically going in here. Now we'll see how long that we'll see how much of that payload is going to move here. Nothing's going on here. Psyker does take down Night Strike. Night Strike, you may play multiple heroes, but you're not doing it right now, right, my friend?
Yeah. Well, coming back in with the McCree is a lot different than playing against a Widow that doesn't have an ability to stun you. So that was an unfortunate call there on Night Strike's part to essentially dive in the middle of the team to try to get someone. Psyker going to take down Space Mew as well in their backline as the Maywall coming up for Sora, trying to cancel out the damage that's coming out from the coalescence of Link's disease. They're going to end up losing a lot of that as we see Okami kind of frozen in that side room. Maywall now coming up to try to separate out the team, but nobody's on the cart except for Okami with that big old shatter. Bravery and Sora able to follow up onto Night Strike and Space Mew right there, and I think that that is going to end up being the rest of that push. Almost a minute and a half worn off that clock, and Monarch is standing strong on the cart.
Okami had a really good shatter at one point, was able to, I mean, looked like it was a good connected shatter. If the picks were at there, maybe they had a chance to keep going, but unfortunately the team was not there. That's something you don't want to do, is lose the shatter and then an already lost team fight here. Now we'll see if they can come back from that. Space Mew has that death loss here.
Not a good position to be in. Ryan got separated out once again as Psyker takes down Okami right there in that fight. Oof, that is rough. They're going to go ahead and pull back and wait. But it looks like Psyker looking to see if they can get in that back line. KBC is incredibly charged up on that Zarya. So with Nat coming back in as that Zarya now, going to be interesting to see how that power is going to match up.
Absolutely, I get, but as of right now, we're just seeing something. Oh, we're seeing them playing together.
Graviton beat Blizzard. Jedi, like everything, just got thrown at that cart. The only ultimate that ended up... oh, sorry, not the only ultimate. Tawny and Space Mew both using the Blossom and the Beat ended up trying to prevent as much damage as was coming in by doing damage and preventing damage of their own. We will see Space Mew now coming back in as that Junkrat, and that might be a good play here.
You know what, the Junkrat is a questionable yes and no. First off, one of the most weaknesses for Junkrat, I would say, is the charge coming in with the Zarya. As long as the Zarya bubbles connect on the right grenades, that's basically to give her free charge. We'll see if KBC can take that here, but
you can get those clean picks that are coming up right now with those concussion mines. Night Strike with the double kill on that Blade. It's going to be a team kill, but with only a minute left on the clock, there's got to be some work to come in for the side of Neko.
Yeah, I mean, earlier, like, just to that last push, not the push just now, just push before, they used 4 ultimates. Usually you don't want to use that many ultimates in one fight. The grab and the May ultimate would have been perfect. Everything else would have been saved for this next fight. If those ultimates would have been saved here on this that particular fight.
Oh, here it goes again, but the tackle onto KBC allows Okami to get out of that fight and take KBC down. Psyker taking down Space Mew in return though, so it's a 5v5 fight right now as the Graviton coming in gets the whole team and nothing but the team as Night Strike and Okami able to take down Bravery and Chippy, grab objective number 2 at a minute and a half to the clock as they move into objective number 3.
There's a good grab coming in from Nat right there, just holding the team right there. But Neko just holding on strong. They're getting the right compositions to their advantage. I mean, Monarch, I think they're just desperate. The fact that they're a top-seeded team, they're getting really hard hit on Neko. I think they're just desperate figuring out what they need to do. But as of right now, they need to conserve their ultimate support briefly.
Graviton coming in. Bravery gets the double onto Tawny and Okami right there as they go ahead and use the Coalescent try to push everyone else back. Nat does end up getting the pick onto Bravery in return as the tire coming out, but gets canceled out or possibly canceled out by the Beat. Oh, but Psyker able to get it at that last moment. Space Mew trying to get that pick as the Beat went down. We're gonna see the Blizzard come out, but all it gets is nothing but objective right there. Night Strike able to take down Sheepy there in the end. 40 seconds remaining on the clock as we see them come in for another push.
I think that was a beautiful ultimate coming from Sora. It looked like as much as you didn't get anything, you forced the team to back up. That's something you wanted to do. You wanted as much time as you need, and that time gets the pick off for Space Mew.
Sora again separating out the rest of the team with that mate while it's Psyker getting Night Strike with the Deadeye. Bravery will follow up onto Okami as the beat. Now coming in, they've got to be able to hold on to this objective, but Sora just freezing anything and everything right now in their path. Ends up taking down Nat as Psycon follows up onto Tawny Style. The only one left near the objective right now is Night Strike coming in with the blade. We see Link's Disease and Space Mew in the back, just pushing the payload. Not even worried about everybody else. They're just payload into the objective. Space Mew does end up getting taken down by Bravery right there. Is the Graviton now coming in. Beat drop from Psycon, gonna keep everything together, unfortunately, as Nat ends up falling there to Psycon in the end. We're now gonna see the Graviton coming out as Tawny Style gets swept up in it. Overtime ticking away right now as the stun now coming in onto Okami, swapping over to that Hammond, but Night Strike gets taken down on the Tracer. Overtime is going to tick away quick, and objective 3 will be held there in the end, just shy of the objective.
I think Neko knew they were going to lose that particular point. They're not going to be able to hold it far. However, just Space Mew just say, you know what, he's just YOLOing, just getting right behind them, and the fact that Monarch was not able to pay attention to that, even though Link's Disease was able to come and support him. But you know what, Space Mew itself just getting behind them, just basically all of Neko distracted Monarch while Space Mew jumps behind. And I think they knew that, I don't know if this was intentional or this was planned out. They knew they probably were not able to get as far, but with Space Mew just getting that just a little bit more percentage right there, basically could possibly help Neko just getting a bit more time on their side here. Again, they don't have time, but you know what? Get that push payload a bit further, you know what, they'll take to get that, you know what, that's something they can be okay with. Now they have to defend this map here, see if they can do it here. Earlier, like I said earlier, we're going to be playing 4 maps, but right now, this will guarantee, if Neko can hold on here, they will guarantee themselves a good a win here. But Monarch still has a chance to come back from this. I want to see if they can do it. I like to see comebacks from teams that just having that downfall right now. Monarch can do that. We'll see if Psyker get that headshot off of Night Strike's Widow here. It's gonna be the battle of the snipers. Which one do you think he's gonna get it?
It's anyone's game, to be completely honest. Whoever ends up pulling that trigger first is probably who's gonna end up getting that headshot.
I bet Psyker's gonna get the headshot. I bet Psyker, even though he's not on the low ground just yet, I bet he can get a headshot here.
We will see what happens. The deflect ended up coming out from Sora, so Psyker was not. Night Strike was not able to get that pick very early in the fight. But Sora is going to dash and take Night Strike out before that Widow battle can even commence. So it's already a 5v6 on the objective right now. Tawny Style now opting for that Ana, gets taken down by Bravery as Psyker getting that pick onto Link's Disease. That's going to be a clear of the objective very, very early. And that's going to go ahead and probably end up giving them objective A with 5.5 minutes on the clock.
That took 40 seconds to get that push there. That means just almost 3 times faster than Neko here. So very beautiful attack in from Monarch here. They're putting in the pressure. They want to play aggressive. They want to make sure they get things going here. Off from that Widow and get rid of Siccon here. I don't know what Siccon is. I don't know what. I mean, I can see half the team going up front, but they were going by themselves, which is pretty risky here. But you know what? They got spawn advantage. They got plenty of time. They got plenty of things to go with here.
Nat did end up swapping over to that D.Va as well to try to help out with taking down Psyker, but Tawny Style will end up falling there to Psyker in the end. The payload pushing around the corner right now as we see Night Strike trying to take down Sora, but that bubble going to keep them going as they take Night Strike out of the fight. We're going to continue to see Neko just getting pushed back as pick after pick continues to come in. Sheepy ends up getting Space Mew there in the end. As they continue to push through, the blade will come out and grab Link's Disease. Nat getting ready to fall to the Dragon Blade as well right there, or at least to the D-Mech. And we're just going to see a really aggressive push coming out from Bravery and the rest of Monarch right here. They're pushed all the way to where that objective needs to be, and they're looking to keep them essentially in spawn right now. And it is, wow, where was this aggression 2 maps ago?
Monarch is putting the aggression so in the best position right now. You've got them in the spawn. The fact that right now they've got 5 minutes to actually get almost 5 minutes and 45 seconds to get the payload. Not that far, so they are using that to get the time.
Graviton comes out, but the beat drop comes out in return as well. Space Mew gets the double kill onto Bravery and Psycon right there, but Sora working in that backline, looking to see if they can take down Townie Style. Will end up being successful and will dash back to safety there in the end. Not going to be able to get taken down, but ooh, almost did right there, but was able to get the dash back. 5 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. The Psyker able to get that pick onto Night Strike before the fight even started.
You know, Monarch is in a very good spot. They got plenty of time to work with. They've got plenty of fights coming, so they can do whatever they need to get things going here. And if they fail it, you know what? They've got that time in their advantage here. But right now, I mean...
This is rough. The Nanos coming in as the Shatters go down. Somebody's got to touch the objective, though, and here comes the fight. Okami able to take down Bravery with the Nano, but it's a 5v6 fight on the objective right now as Psyker trying to get picks around the Maywall and the objective, just having a really difficult time doing so. Sora working their way in as well as Night Strike just really trying to keep them at bay with that Mei. Sheepy will end up taking down Okami, and without that shield, it's going to be hard to play it out. Diva Bomb now coming in to try to take down the Blade as the bomb comes down from Nat, trying to keep everything going. Graviton now coming in from KBC allows them to go ahead and clean up the objective. The only one left right now is Okami as the wall ends up coming up for Night Strike, trying to hold on. It will not stop that payload, though. Monarch walking away with their first victory of the evening here on Kings Row.
I thought Neko was not going to touch that 1 point, so that scream right there, I thought they were not doing anything. They were able to hold off just 2.26 meters here. Apparently, just not enough for them to hold strong. Monarch just holding, just came in with that aggressive style. I mean, we saw them earlier, like, you know, they were playing good, and they just slowed down just a bit. They just came in, they just brought in the batting ram. They are now just... I mean, they're putting themselves in position. Now this next map is going to decide the winner of the series. I mean, we're not going to a map 5. We're not going to be doing all that stuff. Basically, this next map will decide the winner of this game here. And this is now everyone's game. I thought Neko was going to hold it strong, but you know what? They can't hold on to Monarch's aggression in this last fight here. So, I mean, right now, Neko's got to either fight against that aggression or they play the aggression themselves. But you know what? This is anyone's game right now. I don't know what I don't know what to think here.
Well, I think the biggest issue that we saw for this time around was just Psyker and Sora together. Psyker taking up that sniping position, just able to get picks on the healers in the backline that were briefly being unprotected by Okami and Nat. Sora coming in with Dragon Blade after Dragon Blade, just to be able to clean up anyone that is on the objective. So the pick is going to end up going to Neko for our final map, which will be our escort map. So I am interested to see what is going to end up getting picked for this matchup, because now with Monarch being able to show that they can do both the aggressive stance as well as that distance stance, it's going to be interesting to see what Neko comes out with to kind of prevent any of that from happening. Looking in the chat, it looks like Kazime saying Psycon comes in and wins. Psycon carry. Payfool in the chat also saying only took half of the game for them to do decent. And I don't know what game you were watching, Payfool, but these teams have been incredible. Like, just because you lose doesn't mean it isn't an awesome match. So I'm really interested to see how this ends up coming out in the end. Yes, Kazime, it is essentially our tiebreaker match to decide who walks on to the finals against Team Frost, who ended up winning against Breakers, I believe, last week.
I'm sorry. Okay, okay. I apologize. You know, how about you keep going? I'm actually getting in position for this next match.
No worries.
We got our decision for our final map, ladies and gentlemen. Here, we're going to be going to Havana, I would say, and again, this map will decide the winner between these two teams. And Monarch, again, a top seeded team here. Neko just slowly, I would say near the bottom. I mean, I want to say near the bottom. They're a good team. I've seen them perform. I'm going to say, you know what, below Monarch. I'm going to say that. You know what, I'm not going to say no team is very bad. All teams here in the OCC are really good teams. Just making sure of running the right competitions, having that synergy for both teams. And then playing together as a team. As of right now, Neko can have a chance to win against a really top-seeded team. Monarch trying to prove themselves that they are top-seeded. They have to beat NECO right here, and this is anyone's game here. Both teams are playing very well. They're both playing great competitions here, and they're just going nuts. We've seen Genji blades, we've seen we've seen tires blowing up, we've seen death blossoms coming around here, we've seen shadows out of nowhere, stuff like that, and then we've just seen people just C90 the point here. But you know what? We're not there just yet. Hopefully no one does it on this map, and so I like to see. I want to see NECO beat this team. I mean, to beat a top seed team, you don't do that as often. It usually can be very difficult. NECO has that chance tonight.
All right, so will be interesting to see how this ends up coming out on Havana. Looking at the chat, it looks like we've got some question as to what the rules are. So, I mean, any administrator is welcome to come in and kind of clear things up for us, because I don't think we had a lot of clarity going into this match after the draw happened. So please let us know if we are.
I can confirm that we're playing best of 4. Best of the 4 maps win. Now, usually, yes, there was a rule. We said earlier there was a question of a rule that I mentioned. And I had that happen to me at one point playing on an OCC scrim at one point. However, the ruling I have confirmed from one of our admins here is that I tell them all the details, all that kind of stuff, and basically it says after map 4, better record wins it. So right now, this will be the 4th and final map of the playoffs.
All right, we'll see what ends up happening. Havana is definitely an interesting map to choose for the final map, especially when you see Psyker coming out more than likely on that Widow in a match I did earlier this week. I hear that one of my friends, Megalass, is trying to coin it Widow's Bowling Alley, because literally you can sit there as a Widow and just try to get pick after pick as they're just going down this entire lane that really has no way to escape from any shot that could end up coming through. So I'm definitely really interested to see how this will end up deciding this match, because Psyker has been doing incredibly well on that Widow. Ninth Strike, not so much. So are they going to look at going maybe a dive composition so that they can try to get the dive onto Psyker and try to keep them from getting picks onto the healers in the backline? Or are they just going to try to bunker down on the objective and see if
honestly,
I think never mind.
I think it's one of two things here, in my opinion. First off, I mean, when you have a Widow, it's going to be one of two things that's going to happen. Either that Widow's going to be putting the pressure on the team, or they're not going to be pushing pressure on the team. Now, Psyker here is able to put pressure on that last map here. So if NECO wants to counter it, it's going to be one of 3 things. One of 2 things actually. It's either going to be playing the actually 3. I'm sorry. It's either going to be playing the double shields, play around the corners, stuff like that, so Widow can't get any shots. Maybe play a dive competition. They wanted to, but it seems a bit too risky from how aggressive Monarch is. If Night Strike or Nat, in most cases Nat, can counter Psyker here first. So that's going to be one of 3 options that's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. Looks like the Widow duel is starting, and of course with that, the 4th map is starting as well.
Yeah, I think that it's really interesting because Nat's been playing off-tank all evening. I know Space Mew is typically an off-tank as well, so the swap is good. But it's interesting to just see Nat like, yeah, hand me the Widow. I'll take care of this. But nope, doesn't look like that's happening right now. As Psyker ends up getting that first pick on the Nat. The Maywall coming up once again from Sora ends up separating out the team so that they can get that pick onto Okami to start things off with 3 minutes 20 seconds on the clock already. We're seeing NECO at a very slow start.
Yeah, I didn't realize what you were wondering about in all point. I didn't realize that Space Mew switched off the DPS role. Now, usually that's completely fine. It's just a matter of can they keep that going here. But it looks like NECO's going for that double sniper composition. But that's the 5th hero Night Strike is playing tonight. We'll see if that's going to put any benefit for the team here. I mean, right now, I would believe that the double sniper would be fine. But right now, they need to have that damage come in sooner or later. I mean, no damage comes in from NECO. That's not going to get anything going here. And, I mean, Night Strike just getting pooped by Lucio. I mean, dude.
It definitely is incredibly interesting. Moving their way in. Does get the pick on to Nat. With Tawny Style soon to follow after Psyker. We do see the swap of Space Mew over to that Diva. But, again, it's Widow's Bowling Alley. Like, you got to close a lot of distance. to be able to get to that get to that Widow that's all the way at the back end of this objective area. So
Yeah,
I'm really having a hard time realizing what they're going to do to try to do that, other than maybe move through this side room. It is a possibility, but Psyker does have the sights online. Going to be difficult for them to push past that, as we already see the setup coming in from Sora, looking for that wall off. They end up pushing in a majority of them to try to get that pick, as KBC following up on Link's disease very early. Okami does take down Sora, but Shatter coming in from Bravery allows them to clean up Tawny style. Shatter coming in return from Okami does not do much of anything, as they go ahead and clear the objective once again. 1 minute 35 seconds on the clock as we see them come in for another push, and Nightstrike falling to Psyker.
Yeah,
And that.
If you notice that, I mean, the aggression they had, there was NACO is dealing with the pressure, or recently they were dealing with the pressure of the aggression coming from Monarch. Now they're dealing with the pressure of a Widow. Now, again, earlier you said Space New could have a chance to maybe go up there, but close the distance on that Widow. But you can only do that on one of two things: if the team goes with you on that, or if the Widow's close enough. But now Psyker keeping his distance. I mean, the more he keeps his distance, the less pressure he's going to get. So as long as he keeps the little pressure on him. Oh, that's a huge from
Lessons coming in as Spaceview gets to eat onto Sora's Blizzard right there. We're going to see the Diva Bomb going into the backline. Gets the double. They're on to Psychon and KBC. It's a 4v6 fight right now as they move their way in. Nightstrike closing the distance with the deflect. Looking to see if they can get Psyker, as Nat on the main now ends up getting the double kill. Nightstrike will end up getting Psyker there in the end. And with 30 seconds on the clock, that payload finally is moving.
Yeah, right there. That was a good push coming in from Neko here. They found the push here that they needed to do. They were able to get it. So, I mean, just the Diva Bomb, just the E from Space Mew and the double kill off of him. Very beautiful maneuver attempt coming from him. Now they got less than 10 seconds to actually get something here. If they can hold here, that's gonna be it.
All right, moving their way into the objective. We see them able to Maywall off either side, specifically that Amp Matrix from keeping it from doing a lot of damage. KBC and Psyker both getting picked, so it's a 4v6 fight already on the objective. Let's go ahead and work their way in to see if they can make this happen. The Shatter ends up getting taken out by Psyker right there from Okami, just cleaning up the objective with only 70 meters on the payloads being pushed. Neko is in for quite a fight.
Yeah, they got. I mean, right now, again, just they were to find the momentum at one point, but just Psyker just holding it off strong for that Widow. I mean, this could be the key for Monarch to keep things going. Now, before I actually go on, I need to confirm something with you. We actually, there's been a mistake, and this is part of my fault. I don't know what's going on. We are actually going to be doing the map that was a draw. We have to resolve that map. So right now, we will be going to a map 5 to resolve that map. And if, let's say, despite the winner of this one, if that winner is holding to the best of 3, that's it. But if there's that goes to the other team and going back to 2-2, we'll be going to another map. So we are going to go to another map 5. That is my fault. That's my fault.
This is going to be ridiculous.
I thought I confirmed this with someone else. So right now I'm going to double check on this, but right now that's my fault, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to figure this out here, but we're going to play this map out. What's your name? Sorry, Jack. Why do you keep everything going here? We're going to see if Neko can hold strong against Monarch here while I figure the situation out.
All right, sounds good. Coming in for picks, it looks like Neko setting up with the double shield. Nightstrike coming in on that Bastion with Nat again on that Widow, although I don't think, based on how plays have been this evening, it's going to end up working out in their favor right there, but maybe with the shields that will end up helping them out. Sora is coming in on that Genji once again, essentially the hugest enemy to a Bastion, and Nat will get that first pick onto Psychon, so starting off really well there in the beginning. and gets the pick onto Psyker as well. Okami following up onto Sora in that side room. So it's 3-6 right now as they make that 4-6 as we see them getting back in that fight. We see the power boost coming in for Nat, looking to see if they can get those additional picks, but the shield's really keeping everybody at bay. Nightstrike able to get that pick onto Bravery as Psyker takes out Nat in return. That res is not going to be able to come in though because nobody's able to protect that res. But Nat does have sights getting ready to come online. 3 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. What?
We're not going to see sights. He's watching the Sombra. He needs to get back there as quick as he can.
Yep, we got to get back there as fast as possible. The anti-nade ends up coming in onto Nightstrike and will get taken down by Sora there in the end. 3 minutes on the clock. It's a 5v6 right now as the hack now coming in to Bravery, but the shield is down for Space Mew right there. Gets taken down by the Fire Strike of Bravery as well. Just shooting this, that, and the other thing. A very, very strange turn of events for the side of Monarch, taking away our second map. And with the resolution coming up next, we could end up seeing ourselves going to a map 6, I guess. So this will be interesting.
You know, again, we're going to figure this out here, but I just noticed Nightstrike playing 6 heroes tonight. He went, I mean, what is he doing? But you know what? I'm not worried about that here. Again, Monarch coming in with that the last map's aggressions here. They're just playing the aggression, coming in very strong here. So, again, right now, we're in the situation. There's been a lot of confusion here. Again, I apologize, folks, on my behalf here, because I'm the one trying to I point out something, and probably I'm going to take the blame on that. So right now, we're going to keep the stream going here. I believe we're going to go to a fifth map. Jack, could you just help us here? Just help me out here. Just tell me what's been going on with both. I mean, how can both of these teams make the win here? I mean, right now, I believe we're going to go to a best of 3. What do both teams got to do to keep things going?
I mean, well, really what they need to do to keep this going is Neko needs to win this control map, which will bring us to a 2-2, and then it's essentially going to be anyone's game after that. I'm trying to get resolution as well on what our 6th map would end up being, because there's no clarity as to what that would end up being as well. But Monarch showing an incredible amount of aggression after being incredibly passive the first couple of maps. I don't know if they're just getting like warmed up or like what they were doing in maps 1 and 2. I mean, they were still hard fought fights, but they were really struggling against Neko at certain times. But now Sora has been one thing that I've continually noticed is Sora has been separating out Okami from the rest of the team on that May over and over and over and over again, and that is absolutely huge when your main tank is getting separated out, gets taken down immediately, and the rest of you still kind of gotta finish fighting at the end of all that. So I'm
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if we were to go to a, oops, hold on, just 1 second. If let's say we're going to a best of certain maps, basically it's going to be on maps that's going to be that will not that basically cannot be guaranteed in a end of a into a draw. So basically, most of these maps would be like hybrid to payload. We're not going to see any. We're not going to see any assault maps basically if it goes up here. I do have confirmation here for just one moment. It is in the season. Let me just figure this out here, guys. But it looks like I have confirmation for something here. All right. I believe we are playing. I don't. Hey, I'm gonna read this out here. I'm gonna read this out. This is allowed.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna read this. This is under playoffs description. Let me make sure this here. It says at the end of each season, the 4 teams with the highest win percentage of each division will face off during the playoffs. These playoffs will be a total of 4 games, 5 if there is a tie. Okay, right there says we are going to a tie. It seems like.
Well, I think it's more if there's a tie in score, meaning it's 2-2. But the thing is that we don't have a resolution. Like, I'm so confused right now, because now I'm being told that essentially with that second map not counting, that now Monarch has won and the game's over. So I'm so confused as to what we're doing here, because like if we're not resolving the tie, that would make sense. The Monarch has won at this point. But if we're resolving the tie, that means Neko should have a chance to essentially bring us to a tie, and then we go to a map 5 for a tiebreaker, essentially. So
in most cases, yeah. I mean, it's right now Monarch is 2, Neko's 1. So right now, let's say if the map is resolved, that's basically it. However, it is playoff season, so we want to make sure that it's a fair playoff for both teams here. But right now, that's what I'm noticing. Like you notice, folks, we're end of the game here, 2-1 here, but we don't know if that is a confirmed score or we're gonna actually resolve that tiebreaker map. Because technically, if that goes on, then we're playing the map 5. Then if Neko wins that map, then we're gonna go to a map 6 here. And so usually we don't do that often. So I believe that's what we're gonna be going around.
That's why I felt that the rule was so odd. Like usually you don't resolve tiebreaker maps. You just kind of in the playoffs it's a best of 3 scenario, and best of 3 doesn't mean that you win 3 maps. It means that whoever gets the best of 3 maps wins. So you play the regular style just as you see in like Overwatch League and whatnot. And if a team wins 3 maps in the beginning, then they win. If there's a tie, there's no map 5, and it's just whoever wins out of the last couple of maps. So in where we're at right now, that map would count as a map, but it doesn't count as a win or loss for either team, and Monarch will have officially won this playoff match.
Absolutely.
But based on what we're being told, there's supposed to be a resolution to the tie match. So it's just, this is incredibly confusing, and hopefully we have some. Okay, so I guess we're my verification is that our head admin is saying that Monarch has won.
Okay,
so
that's it.
Monarch,
yep. All right, I will. Give me just one.
Wow. All right. So Monarch has taken away the victory this evening. Surprisingly, against Neko. Neko starting off incredibly strong there at the beginning. So I'm just incredibly surprised to see Monarch kind of bring it back there at the end. I mean, they were the first place team, so I mean, I guess it shouldn't have been as surprising. But, you know, Neko, don't be disappointed. You all brought it tonight. It was absolutely huge the way you ended up playing it out. So go ahead, pop off in the chat who you all want as your player of the match for this semifinal series. Tonight, I don't typically give it to DPS players, only because DPS is like the flashy kind of like I get all the kills and yada yada yada, and that's how it kind of goes down. But you know, I gotta give some love to Sora tonight. I really got to. You know, the Genji play was absolutely perfect, but that Mei play, again, those walls over and over and over again, separating out Okami or somebody else on the side of Neko out from the rest of the team, being able to get that initial pick. Every fight ended up being 5v6 a majority of the time if Sora was able to wall somebody off. So Sora, you are taking away my player of the match for the evening.
You know what? I think Psyker actually is going to be the player of the match. I mean, I think that last 4th map, honestly, would have decided Monarch's straight to come in. They came in pretty strong, but of course they had a bit of a slow start. Neko just coming in, but you know what? I mean, Psyker just saying, you know what? I'm going to bring this team back. I'm going to do what needs to do, putting the pressure on the Widowmaker, and basically I think he was the one on not the Genji. Just putting the pressure on that Widowmaker on the final map. I mean, I think they found Neko's Carbonite. They just couldn't deal with the Widowmaker. I mean, you had Night Strike, after switching to 6 heroes in one night, trying to say, hey, you know what, I can go against this Widow, and just doesn't really happen. And so and of course, even though Neko tried to find ways to go around it, even though Space Mew, I almost would have been my player of the match, was able to swap off, helping the team what he needed to do to keep Neko up in speed. But I believe my player of the game is going to be Psyker.
All right. Looking in the chat right now, it looks like we have some love for Sheeps and Space Mew. Kazime saying Sheeps was doing an incredible job on that Moira, being able to take care, essentially being preventative measures for Night Striker when they were coming in on the Genji, many times being able to take them out before they were even able to get into the fight. Space Mew with huge traps on the Junkrat while they were playing Junk a majority of the game, ended up following up on a lot of damage, especially especially on Temple of Anubis when grabbing second objective right there. And that looks like about it. So that's going to be it for us here. Again, if you love what you saw this evening, despite the confusion of the rules, be sure to hit that heart button and punch that bell so you get notified every time we're online. You can also hit that sub button, $4.99, or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription will give you access to incredible emotes as well as support our amazing community. Schedule coming up for this next week. We are in the finals. We have finally filled the final spot of the finals this evening. So Monday night, February 17th, will be the finals of the Black Watch division. Ayaya, coming from their third place seeding, will end up fighting first seed Eclipse in the finals on Monday. Thursday, February 20th, will be the finals in the Deadlock division with Boomers versus Earthwind and Farah. And next Saturday, the 22nd of February, we will be seeing the finals once again here in the Shimada clan between Monarch and Frost. So be sure to tune in. Go ahead.
Quickly, I'm sorry. I'm going to change my play of the game. There's been some love in the chat that people forgot about. Oh, Kami, honestly, we forgot about our main I had to apologize because I'm seeing this. I'm like, wait a minute. Let's not ditch the love on this guy. He looked like he did play very well. He had his good shatters. He had his good protection for the team. So I'm going to switch my player of the game to Okami. Even though he did his very best to keep the team going for Neko, but just came up very short. So I had to apologize for you on that right there. I didn't want to see the chat ignore. I didn't want the chat thinking we're ignoring our main tanks, even though for me as a main tank player, let's go.
No, and it's not so much that we're ignoring them. It's just that there were a lot of big plays for a lot of people this evening. These teams, despite being so divided in the regular season score-wise, they worked incredibly well against one another the entire evening. So if you were one person that wasn't mentioned this night, don't feel like you didn't do your job. Like, that's what made this match so incredibly tight. I do want to give a special thank you to Trippy Ninja, who is working as our producer this evening. Thank you so much for running this amazing stream for us so that we could see all this incredible action. With that being said, that's it for us here at the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. I'm Captain Jack.
And I'm CyberCat, guys. And just as I saw my stream, fight every day like it's your last, and we'll catch you all next time.